Peace Reflections, you are over here with Taretha. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because we are back for another entry in the 48 Laws of Power. We have been reading the 48 Laws of Power over here at the night school. Now we are on Law 25 and Law 26, okay? Now, if you haven't read the book, The 48 Laws of Power, do not worry, Reflection. I suggest you go at least pick up a copy, get an Audible or something. But if not, then don't worry. We're going to cover it over here at the night school, okay? And if you haven't went to my page, the night school VHX reflection, definitely go over there and check it out, okay? So let's get into Law 25. Recreating yourself. The character you seem to have been born with, not necessarily who you are. So the person that you were born with may not necessarily be the person who you are. What does that mean? Reflection. Keep in mind, it says the character. Think about a person that's on the internet. A person that's on the internet, they usually call them internet personalities. Okay, so that's not necessarily who that person is when they in the live button. That's a personality. That is a character that they are playing. Think about a movie. When you looking at actors in a movie, Reflection, that is a role that they are playing. When that role is over, they go back to self. Okay, so think about the character that you were born with, okay? But that does not necessarily mean that is the real you, Reflection. That doesn't mean that's the real you. You have to think. We are on a planet of knowledge and ascension. We are on a planet where you should recreate yourself on the daily, Reflection. That's why I tell you, you should know more. You should look to know more than you knew yesterday. Knowledge is power. And if you don't know more than you knew yesterday, whether it was something small, whether it was something major, Reflection, then that can hinder you from growth, okay? So recreate yourself. You should always recreate yourself. You hear a lot of people say, nah, you don't know me because I constantly change every day. Not change as in there being flaw, Reflection. Not changing as in they're two-faced. Changing as in they're becoming a newer version of themselves, okay? Just when you thought you've mastered something, you got to remember we are on a planet of infinite knowledge. So just when you think you've mastered something, you just hit the iceberg of it, okay? So let's keep going. Know how to be all things to all men. Know how to be mutable, Reflection. Know how to be mutable. If you are so stuck in one way of thinking, if you are so stuck within the program that you were born into, Reflection, then it's going to be hard for you to ascend. It's going to be hard for you to look outside the box. It's going to be hard for you to be an open thinker. And being an open thinker is key. Okay? So let's go on. It says a scholar among scholars and a saint among saints. Be a scholar among scholars, Reflection, and a saint among saints. Know when to know when to play your role. Now, what do I mean when I say know when to play your role? Be a scholar among scholars. Reflection. Sometimes you have to learn to adapt to your environment, adapt to the situation. Certain situation calls for certain things. Now, we talked about in our shadow work book how to actually know when to take off your mask and know when to keep your mask on. What do I mean when I say your mask, Reflection? What I mean when I say your mask is think about when you go around certain people. Think about when you're on a job, when you're around your friends, when you're at home. Some people, they be like, yeah, I'm always the same, but are you really, Reflection? I say Reflection. Are you really, Reflection? Are you really the same? Or do you have that mask, whether it's thin or whether it's thick, that you put on for every situation? And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That doesn't make you flawed. It just simply means that you know how to adapt to certain situations in certain environments at certain times. And that is key, Reflection. That makes you a great asset in the law of war. The law of war is what I meant, Reflection. You got to excuse these loud ass trucks. They fucking with our shadow work, but never here nor there. Let's keep going. Hit the like and subscribe button. Let's go to Law 26. Now, Law 26 says to actually keep your hands clean, Reflection. Keep your hands clean at all time. I almost slipped up, Reflection, on the green screen. Keep your hands clean at all time. It says one should not be too straightforward. The straight trees are all cut down, Reflection. The crooked ones are still left standing. Now, if you go into nature, this is a very true saying. If you go into nature, Reflection, the crooked trees are the ones that are still standing. So sometimes, Reflection, that's why it is key to know how to be all things to all men. You have to know how to step out of certain ways of thinking into other ways of thinking, okay? That also, think about celebrities and politicians and people that are just considered what society would say at the top. What does that mean, reflection? That means that those people, that's why they say don't be jealous of another person's success, because success looks different on all of us. Okay, success to me is totally different from what you perceive as success. Okay, because you never know what a person had to do to reach what they call success. You never know, you may wouldn't do the same things that they did to get up there, because you have to remember the cricket trees are the ones that are left, reflection, standing, and that is for a reason. Okay, let's keep going. If you cannot be good, then be careful. If you cannot be good, reflection, then you better be careful. That's what Law 26 says, summarizing it all up. If you cannot be good, then you be careful. So what does that mean, reflection? If you know you are doing some shit that maybe you shouldn't be doing and you don't want the public to know, reflection, then you better be careful. You better be slick. You better know how to adapt to certain situations, okay? You better know how to be a scholar among scholars and a saint among saints. So if you cannot be if you cannot be good, then be careful, reflection. That means you have to be very if you know you are doing some things that are outside your character, then that means you have to move a little bit more cautious than others. Okay. Now, Law 26 also says, I would rather betray the whole world than let the whole world betray me. Now, reflection, keep in mind, I know these tactics kind of seem a little manipulative, but I'm talking about getting to the top. I'm talking about those people that are sitting at the top. I'm talking about those cricket trees, reflection. I'm talking about don't judge another person's success off what you think success is. Don't look at another person's existence and wish that for your existence. Look at another person's reality and claim it as your reality, reflection. You never want to do that, because again, you do not know what they had to do to get to the top. You do not know what they had to do to get to that place, what they are calling success, what looks like for success for them. Okay, because it can look like success on the outside, and the inside they can be empty. They can have no happiness, reflection. Okay, so you got to know, keep your hands clean, recreate yourself. Law 25 and Law 26 is very key, not only into your daily lives. You can not only use this law into your daily lives in the workplace, reflection. You use these laws, Law 25, recreate yourself, Law 26, keep your hands clean. You use those, reflection, throughout this journey, throughout the art of war. You use this, reflection, when you are under spiritual warfare. You use all of these, because you got to remember what, reflection, a smile is nothing but a frown turned upside down. Your true enemies will never come to you mean. Your true enemies come with a smile. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, because you never want to miss out on another video. Ashe.